Hey, what's up, maybe? How's it going? Oh my god.
Hello, hello.
that's that's my light. I'll fix that
Hello,
after.
hello.
Cinema would be
Come on, you should
pissed.
be wiser. You should be wiser, more considerate.
I just
And
have so
this
much.
happens.
Maybe the opposite is happening for me. The older I get, the more energy I get. So I jumped up in my seat when we went live, and here I am. Hey, V Diesel. Hey, William. Hey, Hell Tokyo. What's going on?
Hey,
What up,
guys.
hero? Great to have you guys on a damn Monday live stream. Yesterday was indeed the birth date. Um, and
Birthday.
I had a great birthday. I think one of the best birthdays I've had in a while. Not because anything crazy happened, but it was a feeling. It was a first birthday in feeling wise that I really loved. So me and maybe were talking about this before the show. Maybe you said that you love birthdays in general. It's somebody's birthday, your birthday. You're just like, oh, I love it. Tell
I
us
love
why.
it. I don't know. I just like to celebrate people. I feel like many times we have to have these crazy reasons to
Mm,
celebrate people, either a graduation or a wedding or this like crazy situations. But some people are just like very good people and I like them and I like to celebrate them without having a specific reason. And
mm.
the birthday is perfect because it's something that just comes every year. So I don't know. I just like that. I just like that the people that are around me get the moment to be celebrated, and I also like to be celebrated when it is my birthday. But what I like to do on my birthdays is making sure that the people that come to my birthdays are having fun. So having like the birthday as an excuse to just whole party and have fun together. That's
Yeah.
why I love birthdays. Because I have great memories also from birthdays. But like you said that it was not the same for you.
No, no.
It's like a little bit different.
It's you know what it was different for me because so I have four siblings, family of big family, and the the some of our brothers are close together, some of them aren't, but it was one of those things where it's like I remember this one birthday. I felt like there was pressure for birthdays as kids, where it's like even amongst like with friends and whatever, it was kind of just like I would always feel nervous inviting people to a birthday party of mine, and I'm talking like when I was like 8, 9, 10, whatever, because it's like I just didn't like burdening people with like having to like come to a party, and then if it didn't come, it's like maybe you feel bad and like, oh, not a lot of people showed up and all that, and so I
Mm,
don't know why that was just the programming that I had, but I always was very, I would say, low key with my birthdays, always low
mm.
key, and it's like I would downplay them. I wouldn't even post on like social media, and because I'm like, oh, whatever, yeah, okay, the people that know,
So wait,
whatever.
wait. Like no party at all? Like only family? Or what were you doing? Like very close friends?
Yeah, so I would. It's not that I wouldn't have a party. It was more like every 5 years or so, I would be like, I would feel good about a birthday, and I'd be like, I want to do a party this year, and it would be great. But then in between that, it's like I just wouldn't, and it would be smaller, just dinner with family, nothing crazy. I would say this year for the first time in a and I don't know what's different exactly, but this year it was lunch with some friends and then dinner with family. But the feeling of it was just like I'm just reflecting on the last year, first year of my 30s, and that
Mm,
has been an amazing year for so many different reasons because I feel like, I've made some big changes and what I think, how I think, and all of that. And so 31 just feels like yesterday just felt like a celebration of just an amazing year that has happened as I reflected. And then also like, whoa, that was only like 1 year of this, or maybe the second or third year of like this newer journey that I've been on in like the last recent while. And so it just gave me a lot of energy for the first time. So I was really just amped and excited of like, whoa, like it's my birthday. I'm like, damn, let's go. And I feel good about it. So yeah, very new dynamic for me than
Do
than
you
what I've
have
been used to.
any of those reflections that you want to share with us? There's
Yeah,
any
good.
like most important ones? for
Yeah,
you?
I think I would say there's two or three things that are really really important. One is that no matter, and this is a reflection. If you've seen the show Succession, you can see throughout the four seasons there's this theme playing out. These are people, to give you context, that have billions of dollars. Their dad owns the biggest media conglomerate. Think like New York Times or the person that owns CNN or Fox,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's the family. And they have, there's four or five siblings. They have all the money in the world. They have billions of dollars. They have they can do whatever they want, helicopters, vacations, and these people are miserable. And it's not the money; it's the family dynamics, which is one of those realizations. If your family dynamics are messed up, or you're not taking care of it, like you're hosed. You're just your life, no matter what your circumstances are, it's gonna be harder, and you need to like really focus on that and make your home and that life really really solid. And that's like that's a really like it was cool
Yeah.
to see it in the TV show, and then have it like connect to me as in my mind. The second thing is like I think I've been blessed to have a bunch of really amazing people that I've met through the NFT space in my life that genuinely and earnestly want the best for me and want me to succeed and want me to do good and want me to grow as a person, and to be able to be mentored by some of these people, and have the opportunity to learn from them and to grow every day, and then to get pushed into like this challenge of building media in a space where we saw yesterday, Farouk was very like emotional on his timeline, and this morning he said that it's you don't see the attacks that I get and all that stuff. And so the place is
I
ruthless
believe
to build
him. I
media.
believe him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think he said some dark stuff in a separate tweet, dark stuff that was said to him. And
Mm-hmm.
so the space is ruthless and brutal and it's hard. None of this shit's easy, or like the circumstances are. And so to have the opportunity to be building in this space, doing media, but then have like really amazing people that ground you and keep you, connected. What an exciting opportunity. And like, I come out of this with so much energy and so much excitement of like, wow, like I really get to build a life that that I'm excited to live every day, and I choose to do that. And everybody has that choice, and it's for you have to see it in a specific way and work through a bunch of stuff. And when you get there, you realize, holy shit, like anything is possible. You can do anything. And that's kind of just the energy that I'm carrying. And I said it in my tweet. Maybe I'll pull that up, um,
Yeah.
and
Let's
read that
see that.
out. I said it in this tweet yesterday that so, and I genuinely feel this. I'm young. I still have as much energy as I did in my early 20s, but now instead of just bad stories that maybe you grew up with or you got programmed into because of circumstances, past traumas, and self sabotage, it's like
Mm-hmm.
that feels like that's not there, and I feel free and like just unlocked and unleashed to create whatever I want to do. And so I ended off with here's to getting older but staying young, hungry and relentless, and that's how I genuinely feel, and it's such a cool feeling, and I'm so excited to um, feel that and really mean it and live by it. So those are some of the reflections of my birthday, Ben.
Ben, what is that? What is that?
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, thank you for sharing that. I think it's always important to stop and reflect a little bit, especially in these important days, because we create the life that we have. We think many times that we don't, and I know that many people go through terrible situations that unfortunately they have no control on. That's definitely true. But at least the things that we have control on, we have to take control. We
yeah.
have to take our decisions and be like, I'm going to do this for myself, and I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to get better. And yeah, no, that's a great reflection. Also, Valerie said that. And yeah, let's go. Another year. You ready?
I was born ready, baby, but Ethereum has been a little shaky.
Oh my
We got
God.
to
Yeah.
talk about what happened in
Wow.
the market.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's check that.
ETH Nuking. I guess it's
Why
more the
our bags are suffering. What's going on with our bags?
so ETH dropped. If you guys didn't know, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Ethereum dropped.
Oh, you think it's because of that, Valerie? Hmm.
I don't know if that. Oh yeah, well he got hacked. I don't know if that's the reason it nuked because that happened I think a couple days ago. And this, I'll show you the graph so you guys have some more context. But here, so sometime around 10 p.m. last night, or no, I guess it was yesterday at 2 a.m. It started kind of going down, and then this morning at 9, it went from 1600 support broke, and it's down to like 1560. Like, look, all things considered, in the grand scheme of crypto, which is like this 1 year,
Mhm.
1 month, it's not that crazy. But I mean, it's the lowest month that it's been in a month. But in a year, in January or sorry, last September, the price was about the same and it got even lower. It got to 1200 last September, and then November it got to 1100, which is crazy. I think we were live when this happened as well. I feel like I remember
Mm,
this happening.
yeah,
Um,
I remember
so
that too. But there was Bitcoin as well, right?
it was everything. Like,
It was everything. Okay.
so Bitcoin went
Well,
from 25.6 to
hmm
25, and now it's in that 2500 range, 25,000 range. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, oh right, yes.
is it that?
That has to be it. I remember that. So let me try
Okay,
to,
okay.
or actually, maybe do you want to try and find the tweet? Just type in FTX liquidation and send it to
Yeah,
me
let's
here if
see.
you can. Because yeah, William, you're absolutely right. There was some assets from a bunch of assets from FTX that I believe were liquidated this morning, or they just got access to it, and it's maybe it's them liquidating it, but it's also just the market reacting to that news, saying, "Oh, price is going to drop because of this liquidation." So it kind of follows in that suit as well. So maybe like that's part of it.
I found something. Let me see. Tell me if this one is good.
Where are you sending it to me?
In here.
Okay, one sec. Got it. So right, here we go. So FTX executives appear to get 3.4 billion in Bitcoin and crypto assets approved. Liquidation of 3.4 billion assets. Oh, okay. So I don't think the liquidation has happened, but the news broke today, this morning, that
Hmm
that they're looking to liquidate these assets. And so in reaction to that news, people are like, "Oh, it's going to drop, so sell," and then, all that stuff. So it's
Yeah.
not the worst. I mean, it's not that newsworthy. I'm not going to lie. Like, I woke up this morning and I saw a tweet like, "Wow, GM woke up to ETH tanking." And I'm like, "What happened?" And I check and it's 1550. I'm like, "Okay. Not great, but it's not the worst." So,
Our ApeCoin in a minute just dropped.
oh, did it?
2 minutes ago.
Oh, amazing.
Live. We're live. Okay, let's share it live since we're here.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. One sec. I'm just making some updates so we can get our usernames on our faces. Browser. There we go. Okay. Can you see it now? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. ApeCoin in a minute. Let's go to ApeCoin. Actually, yeah, this is because these are going to drop on Monday. Our
hmm
Monday live streams, we can go through them and we can do a quick little bit on ApeCoin as well if we have any thoughts, because we read these and we learn about it. So Boom.
Another week with 4 ApeCoin proposals up to vote. I'm Maybe.
And I'm atareh.
And this is ApeCoin in a minute. Let's start with AIP 292, Inclusive Governance by NFT. Think of that like the Mochaverse NFT project. Each Mochaverse NFT gets to vote in a sub-DAO, and the outcome of that vote decides how the Mochaverse delegate wallet votes on ApeCoin proposals. AIP 292 wants the community's approval to get started on a similar model for other NFT communities. These NFT communities will get ApeCoin delegated to it by the DAO so they can vote on proposals with ApeCoin. If approved, then another AIP will be submitted that will give more details on the specifics of the implementation. The cost to the DAO, $0.
Next up, AIP 303, Bored Ape Yacht Club documentary by Francis Ford Appella. They're a group of 3 LA-based filmmakers who previously collabed on a documentary called Foosballers. They want to create a BAYC documentary called Bored as F***, which captures their experience going down the Web3 rabbit hole. They've already started and have collected 2 years of footage, including both Ape Fest, the first LA meetup, and more. They're asking for $400,000 from the DAO. Next is AIP 306, ApeCoin price tracking bot by Mauricio Launder. He wants to develop a Discord bot that's dedicated to tracking ApeCoin prices in real time. The cost to the DAO for this is $0.
Lastly, AIP 313, Preserve Privacy During Voting Period by Leota. This proposal wants the DAO to try out private voting for 2 months. If implemented, then the total vote count on Snapshot will be private. You won't be able to see who voted for what and whether a proposal is winning or losing until voting is complete. The cost to the DAO, $0. Don't forget to vote by Wednesday at 9 p.m. That was ApeCoin in a minute.
See you next week.
Hope you liked it. Another week with 4 ApeCoin proposals.
It's like honestly, it's like a full frontal just information. I edited
what you have to know.
I edited it and I even get overwhelmed, but then afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, I got all the information I needed. So it's not like the information was lost. Thanks, Van. Nice to see you here. Thank you, William. Maybe any thoughts on those? What am I trying to say? Any thoughts about any of the APs that you want to share?
Well, yes. Okay. Interesting for me was, for example, the delegation one.
I'm still here. I'm just gonna fix my camera.
All right. There is the delegation one that you can have NFT communities that they can delegate to the I don't know, like I think you have to own a specific NFT and then you delegate your ApeCoin and then the community votes. And depending on the majority, it's like I understood it. It's like what happens with Bored Ape Canada or French apes, where they all have this whole ApeCoin that they hold and then they vote, and depending on majority or minority, voting goes on one way or another way, which is interesting. And the like this is about voting, like delegating voting, and then the other one about voting is also interesting, where you do not see who voted what and how a voting is going until the end, which is, I don't know, like
I don't
have to be honest.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Like I see why, but I'm kind of like. Arr!
I know, like what I can say is I think that some AIPs that didn't pass or some that passed, I don't know, maybe would have had like a different outcome if
Right.
this thing was in place. I feel like it's true that there is a little bit of like you get influenced by what people are voting, and like
Yeah.
oh, all these people are against it, so why should I be, maybe I'm not,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be pro this thing either. Maybe it's just like stupid that I even support it, and then you vote no, or like I think that's a very interesting one. But I'm thinking about what to vote on this one. I don't know if I want to implement, like how much does it make sense for real? Is it something that we should like? Is it something that will make things better? That's my point.
Yeah. Well,
Like
okay.
I know that there could be some influence. I'm not like gonna deny that, but is it gonna make the voting really better or not?
So I think we have to drill down deeper and understand, well, what is better, right?
Yeah, what is better? Yeah,
What is better?
exactly.
Is it more proposals
For
getting
the
passed?
DAO. Hmm.
Is that good? Maybe, but what if it's like should all DAO proposals be passing? Probably not, because then why have voting in the first place? Should all of them
Yeah.
get denied? No. And then it's understanding how much of that is the impact of momentum, right? So this one, you see one that's heavily voted against, and you're right. There's a notion to just say, I'm just going to go with the crowd. Or what's the point of me voting? Voter fatigue is a big thing, right? What's the point of me
Yeah.
voting if it's already so down bad? But but I think we lose a little bit of the magic. And I think the magic, after being one of the few people that went through this process and ended up getting it, the magic was we turned this week into a story of us fighting the big bad villain. And the villain were the people voting against our proposal. They were Thanos and his army, and it was us. And we went to social media and we crafted a story and saying, "Hey, like we're down, but we need everybody's help." And that story, the momentum shift from there, from when I posted that video to just the votes that started coming in afterwards when we published that video on the Damn Show with Thanos and Captain America and all that, that was incredible. And then to be able to then on Thursday finish the saga and defeat Thanos after we passed in the video, amazing. One of the highlights of year 30, let's call it, right? And we're,
Yeah.
we're gonna lose a little bit of that magic, right? My question
Yeah.
is,
Of
do
course. Yeah.
authors even know? Do the authors know if anything, like what the progress is? So it's kind of like, is it going to be just blind for literally everybody that you submit one Wednesday and then check in a week from now? It doesn't matter. Just try to get as many people to vote.
I think it promotes not this, but I mean, seeing votes openly during the week promotes discussion of
Right.
some AIPs that otherwise will stay like more kind of silent, and they would be like, let's
Yeah.
see what happened, who
Right.
knows.
Right.
And I do like discussion on those AIPs during the week, because not only for the AIP to pass itself, but every time we have a discussion for a specific AIP, you find new information and also new ideas, and maybe how you can later on improve that same AIP if it doesn't pass. While if we just wait and don't do anything for the whole week, then the thing ends.
Right.
Nobody cares anymore. There's not going to be a discussion if the AIP doesn't pass, because there is already new AIPs to vote for the next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that was something that for us, I remember that week, there were many Twitter spaces, and you joined like two or three very important ones. And I feel like even if our AIP wouldn't have passed, just from those discussions we had like a lot of feedback. Anyway, the community was telling us what they thought about it, and all this stuff that anyway, in my opinion, was enriching, and it was like positive also to hear and to discuss.
Yeah.
uh, so I feel
It's a
like
great
that would
point.
disappear. I think that would
Yeah.
disappear completely.
And
So I
well, one thing is that this is a trial for 2 months only, so we get to test all of that. The second
Mhm.
thing is that I think you're right. What I've seen happen is that people don't vote necessarily in a vacuum. People vote in response. So if a whale comes in with a specific vote and another whale that really disagrees with it, they will then say, "Okay, let me come in and let me trump this, or let me equal it out with my votes." And so there's actually this whole battle that it's literally a battlefield. It's a battle that's happening, and people vote in response to other people voting. And I think that that's part of the magic of this. I'm interested to see how this plays out. I think other DAOs have done it, but private voting as well. I don't know if anybody stuck with it or not, but it's interesting. But I want to get to a AIP that related to one of my tweets that I put out. And it was
Mm-mm.
it was maybe subconsciously it was inspired in my mind by the fact that this documentary was going live, but that's not
Mhm.
the immediate moment I connected it. It was actually a Frank tweet. But I said this, a big problem in chat. I want to hear your thoughts about this as well, because this got a lot of attention and a lot of discussion in the comments, and we can go through some of the good points. But here's a big problem that I see for PFP projects. Only the OGs and diehards know the history and culture of the project, and they know it because they were there, they lived it. We can say that for sure about 10KTF. It's why we care so much about 10KTF as a project, but it's why so many people care so much about their PFP. But what about the people that weren't there? How do you get those people to, one, know about it, know about the history and the culture, and more importantly, make them care as much as you? Because you can tell somebody something, but that doesn't mean they're going to care or get impacted by that. And so I finish it off with, remember, to new people, your beloved PFP is just a JPEG, a static image. Why would I pay $10,000 for that? Starts to make sense with this line of thinking. You
Yeah.
can empathize with that position. And so um, pause right there. Maybe I don't know if you have any initial thoughts, or chat if you have any thoughts about this, because this got a lot of discussion, as we can see down here.
Yeah, we know like it happened in TNKTF a lot, like especially recently. It was less strong in the past. Like in the past, when we were in the bull market and everything was pumping and everything was well, the people that were coming later, even if they weren't there from the beginning, but they really wanted to learn about it, and they were actually almost, worshiping the people that were there first.
Right.
Like, oh, you guys were there first.
Oh, you're an
While
OG.
now, yeah, while now things are changing and there is kind of a like disconnection between old people, uh, you know OGs, and new people. The new people seeing the OGs are people that talk about fluff. It's like, what are you guys talking about? Why are you so like this project is not doing anything, or this is not worth it how you think, because they weren't there. But the fact that we're in a bear market, they're not even kind of, it seems like they don't care so much about knowing what
Right.
happened in the past. It's more
Right.
about what's happening in the present. And in the present, my bags are down.
Right. Right.
Don't care if 1 year, 2 years ago, you were all happy together and having lots of fun. I don't give a crap.
Right.
You know,
Which is, well,
it's it's kind of a something that I see happening in many projects. But yeah,
so I
what?
mean, what's really interesting in all of that is that the reason this project is even here today is because of that history of
Yeah,
that. So it's like, it's not fully appreciating that the fact that you can be in this Discord and complain is contingent on the fact that a bunch of people decided to stick around and continue to like show up and engage. Um, so that's interesting. The other thing that's interesting is that, so at the same time, they're, and Grateful Ape, he had a comment. He said, "That's a great point. I thought about this a lot. We're going to be talking with Francis Biapella today. He's been working on a BAYC documentary since May of 2021. I think there should be some onboarding processes, maybe like when you join a new company." So I thought that was interesting because that um, the same week, again, I don't know if this was literally, like, I didn't think of this when I tweeted this out, but subconsciously, I'm sure my brain was going there, that there's a Bored Ape documentary, and these people have collected, how do you call it? Uh, Footage for like the past 2 years. I don't know if this is technically allowed, but they have a trailer, and it's token gated, and I token gated it so I can view it. They said it's like not for redistribution. Are we distributing it if we do it right now? Like, is that illegal?
wait. Well, not for distribution. Okay, don't distribute it then.
Are
I
we
don't
are
know
we
what to do.
are we
I
distributing it?
maybe is it very important to do it, to show it? We can just like
I mean, it shows the
explain it.
vibes. It shows the vibes. It's a cool 2 minute trailer. And it's out in public for people to see. I don't think it necessarily hurts for
Why
us
they
to show.
say that? I don't
I think
understand.
that's just like maybe Hollywood. They're very Hollywood level. Like I don't know. I don't know. I
So
even
they didn't
felt,
tweet it out. They didn't tweet it out.
well, no, this is in the ApeCoin forum.
Yeah, they never tweeted this trailer anywhere.
No, no, no. Like, you, to only see it, you have to have one ApeCoin, and I have one ApeCoin. but maybe I don't know what the rules are.
You
Chat,
will
let
be
me know.
showing it to people that don't have one ape coin. So I don't know if I want to
Chat,
do
let me
that.
know. Should I, like, what do I do? I don't think I'm gonna get sued, but I don't want to piss them off either.
Yeah, let's not, I would avoid. It's not important.
Okay, all right. So what's
So
funny is I felt I used maybe 2 seconds of it in the in our ApeCoin video minute, and I was like, should I?
it's like you are not this. If you show the whole thing, it's a different. It's completely
Okay,
different.
okay. But anyways, so what they want to do is they want to spend 400,000. Um, people without ApeCoin, close your eyes and shut your ears. This is not for you. So $400,000. They've been collecting footage since the first Ape Fest. They have interviews with the founders and a bunch of people at each Ape Fest. And so this is an interesting one because it kind of touches on exactly the discussion that happened here. It's that how do you get people to care about
Mhm.
your PFP? And a lot of the reason why you care about a PFP is the story and the experiences that you had with it. So it's an interesting point. Maybe anything else from the ApeCoin proposals you want to talk about?
No, I think this was it. Um, cool proposals this week. Don't forget to vote. And yeah, I'm very excited to. I really like to do this short videos. They're very fun, and
Yeah,
I think yeah, they're straight to the point, and you don't have to put so much extra effort. You just you understand what a proposal is about. Then you can do, of course, more research later, but
yeah. It's yeah, exactly.
it gives you the idea of what these are about. But yeah, we can move on.
Hold on, I want
And
to. Vdiesel had a thoughtful comment. I want to just
all
read
right,
out.
yeah.
You can't convince people if they aren't open. You can make people care as much as you do. What's important is that we continue to speak with conviction, share experience and stories. Those that get it will want to join themselves and, excuse me, see what we're talking about. Yeah, it's very, very
Well,
true. ApeCoin fusing.
G tags
She
fusing.
did.
Like what? G tags in a minute.
She did. Literally twins. I have to take one of your sentence. You have to take one of my sentence. I'm gonna take fusing from you, or you're gonna take
What?
fusing from. I don't know what we're saying anymore. You take fusing. I take in a minute. Okay, okay. So we got to talk about GTAG fusing,
Let's
fusion.
go. Yeah.
So maybe you had a great new token news with the Alfalfa yesterday, where you guys spoke about a lot of the GTAG popcorn stuff, and we can get into that. But what I didn't hear so much was where does this GTAG fusing fall into all of this? So
Hmm.
let me just set the context for you guys for a second. So the context here is last week, and it doesn't feel like it was last week. It feels like it was way long ago, but only last week, 3 PFPs were revealed, and I'll show them in a second. But you can now load your G tags with popcorn. Actually, I'll just show it right now because I can show it here. So here's a swampy, here's a mega jaw, and then here's a Ninetales. We saw 3, and then we
Hmm.
saw that you can now load popcorn onto your G tags. What we learned was this is going to determine class and rarity of your PFP. So there's a battle town leaderboard that now shows you how much popcorn is on your G tags individually, but then how many of each class is on there as well. And so that's going to determine rarity and class and all that. But the big question is, what about GTAG fusing? We saw fusing in a video not too long ago. We saw that Figgy said pretty soon you're going to be able to fuse your GTAGs for more. And Bam Bam has said that fusing your GTAGs is going to carry over your popcorn from the 2 GTAGs that you fuse. But there's a lot of implications here that affects what happens to the rarity of your PFP, and then also how do you figure out what class you get. So I'll go through some of the big implications that I saw. First is that we don't know how much popcorn is worth, but at the end of the season, we are going to be able to trade popcorn. But right now, you can actually start to figure out how much it's worth. You and you do that by looking at G tags on OpenSea that have popcorn loaded, and you see what the price of that is, and you compare that to a price with no G tags. And with the amount of popcorn loaded and what that's selling for and what people are buying for, you can do the subtraction and then figure out how much is like one popcorn worth, how much is the market valuing it right now. So it's not too difficult and it'll give you an approximation. The second is that we're not going to know the size of the PFP collection until fusing ends because there are 16,000 G tags and 3,700 holders. But if G tags are going to fuse, that means that um, the supply is going to be deflationary and it's going to be shrinking. And so interesting is the that the shrinking supply. I think it could be similar to checks where you
Mm.
take two level one checks, put them together, you get level two. Then you need two level two checks, you combine them together, you get level three. Then you need two level three checks, combine them, you get level four. And so, thank you, Quick Flip, GMGM. And so, I think something similar is going to happen here with the PFPs. And then the last point, and this is the big point, you are not going to know how much popcorn you need to get your specific class until fusing ends because the team can't do the math until they know what the total collection size is. So once they know the collection size is going to be 8,000 because X percentage of people fused and there's only 8,000 G tags left, then they can do the math and say, to get a swampy, you need to be in the top 10 percentile of, or
Mhm.
10% of the 8,000 PFPs are going to be swampy. So there's only 800. Then you go to the leaderboard and you see, are you in the top 800? And if not, then you need to get in there. And so this is going to be playing out over the next few months. And I know the team likes to really lean on the spring, summer, the season timelines, and the fall technically ends. I think end of November, if I'm correct, November 23 or
Yeah.
December.
Oh, December 21st.
December 21st, right? So we could be going fairly close to Christmas because that's still technically fall.
Yeah.
Vitizel says, I've been speculating GTech fusing is to evolve your monster. Yeah, that's interesting. Um, maybe any specific thoughts on what we've discussed here?
Yeah, okay. As you said, yesterday we didn't talk so much about this. We were talking more about popcorn. And yeah, like when you shared with me this part regarding uh, the fact that they don't know what the collection is, what the collection size is, it just makes complete sense. It's kind of it's true. They how they can decide a specific amount of a specific monster if they don't know how many we have in total. And we were obviously speculating. So many people have many G tags. It seems like a lot of people have a lot of G tags, or anyway
Hmm.
more than one.
The
Uh,
average, sorry, really quickly, the average is 4.3 G tags per person.
so like no way that this is gonna be like a 10,000 PFPs. Like it
Right.
just doesn't make sense. I think we're gonna go lower than that. um, but I see how fusing them in the way checks do makes sense. Also, I feel like 10KTF they have innovated a lot, but they're also very smart, understanding which systems work and
Yeah.
maybe worked in the past to kind of reuse them. The whole crates thing, even though it was very kind of innovative, but at the same time it had some let's say some features similar to drinking the serum,
Yep.
especially the social part of like people waiting there to see, oh, let's see what happens after we do this,
Yep.
which made complete sense. So they're a very smart team on creating new things, but also using things from the space that they saw that really worked, and even improving those systems. And this would make sense, to be honest. Yeah, we were talking about like having some kind of bonus for your popcorn if you fuse G tags to
Hmm.
give you some kind of like edge on getting a specific monster. Now you mean, okay, in the way you say it, it makes me think like monster will be the monster type that you get will be decided only by the number of popcorn,
Yeah.
but then the rarity can increase depending on the level of G tag that you have with that amount of popcorn.
Yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
it makes sense like that?
So yeah, it's a good point. I think there's going to be we know that rarity is dependent on total number of popcorn already. So I think
Yeah.
rarity will be there, but I think the level might have a different dimension. I don't think it's going to be related to the raw rarity. They've already said that the leaderboard, the person that has the most popcorn collectively will be the rarest. Where I think the fusing comes in is that I think um, it may just be like a sorting way to make it more clear that hey, this is a G tag that has this much. It was fused um, with three other G tags. Maybe the levels don't even matter that much. The levels of the G tag because it's more about the. I think the purpose of G tag fusing is twofold. The purpose is to reduce the supply and for
Mhm.
people to then be able to increase their popcorn amount on a specific G tag. Once the
Yeah.
season ends, the only way to get popcorn will be on the aftermarket, either by
Yeah.
buying raw popcorn or by buying a G tag and fusing it with yours. So maybe the level stuff won't make, maybe they're going to put that aside completely and it's just going to be literally like, they're not even going to track how many G tags have been fused into one G tag. It's because it's the purpose is about the popcorn and the popcorn leads
All
all.
right.
Or there could be a level, there could be something to do with levels that doesn't impact rarity, but maybe it affects it in another dimension. Maybe it's a specific trait.
Can
Somebody, so,
we
so
can we
one,
check the video 1 second in that specific part to
yeah,
hear again Figgy's words?
yeah,
Because he said something when he introduced fusing.
right, okay,
I,
yeah, you're right. Let's go there. But the other thing I want to say is that somebody said that maybe fusing only fused G tags gets you the gold popcorn because we don't know about gold yet, right?
yeah. I
So,
was thinking that gold was like only number one, like general,
mm,
but
interesting.
just like, let's see.
I don't know
making
where it was.
or G tags. But then one day, you open up the script, and in that script, you read Interior Farmhouse Day. The action is what is wreaking havoc and destruction before it was finally subdued. And when the dust settled, the monster reverted to its original form, a little baby kaiju. There's a part of the story you don't know, but let's leave that for another day. This season of Battletown's designed to be efficient with your time. You'll notice the interface is very familiar for now. Let's go over a few of the features that save you time. First, there's now mobile support, so you can coordinate on the go.
Here.
Okay.
That starts very soon. In this new game mode, you're gonna win popcorn rewards. Yes, popcorn, like the kind you get at the movies. It starts off chain, but they'll be converted to 1155s at the end of Battletown. When the time comes, you're gonna combine them with your G tags. And then there's fusing G tags. Remember when the rare Genesis items yielded more G tags? Well, going into the PFP, there will be moments where you can do the opposite direction. You're going to be able to combine G tags to get a more rare PFP. 10KTF is one of the few projects.
What do you hear? What do you hear when he says that?
I remember this. I remember it. I just didn't want to say it. I just wanted to hear it again. But I remember that he associated rarity with combining G tags,
Right.
which
But here's what I think when I said what do you hear? What I hear with more context now is so yeah, he says literally get a more rare PFP when you fuse as G tags. What I hear with the context of trait rarity is determined by total kind of popcorn loaded on to a G tag regardless of type. What I hear is yeah, you fuse to get a more rare PFP, but why does that get you more rare PFP? Because you're now taking the popcorn count of that G tag and loading it onto yours. To me, it sounds more about the popcorn being on the G tag than the act of
I'm
fusing
I'm
two G tags
still
together.
I'm still not convinced because then you are not me that I have like 9 G tags. You're not giving me
Mm,
any incentive to fuse them. I just put all my
good point.
popcorn into one. Why should I put it in other ones? And I feel like they have to give some kind of incentive to the people that have lots of G tags to fuse them, in my
Ooh,
opinion.
that's a good point, actually. Yeah. You're right. So
Smoking
smoke
guns. Okay.
fusing gets more rare base. Popcorn counts might be rarity of traits. That's true. But you know what? You're absolutely right because I think a lot of people, if this is the if this is the reality, then a lot of people will have 2 or 3 big G tags with a lot of popcorn, and then maybe 50 G tags that have zero popcorn. And
Yeah.
what's the advantage of putting those together? So you're right. Yeah, I think there is probably something else to G tag fusing that we don't see yet. That adds another dimension to it. So if you can buy loaded G tag off secondary, can you fuse those? Yeah. Well, it
I
says
think
that
so, yes.
it also look. It also said that there's going to be specific times where fusing is going to open. So,
Mm.
and he said times, not time. So I think there's going to be more than one period of G tag fusing. Just re-listening to that video again. And the funny thing is that all of this has been planned. Very little is probably changing. So this was a few months ago that we saw that video, but now that we have more information, you can go back to that and start to tease out more. You can understand it a little bit more, which is cool because it's like, yeah, they really thought about the whole mechanics of this a while ago. They're not just freewheeling it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wow. What's this?
Hodl. I'm going to go ahead, share my version of Mosura before Wagmi's on.
Oh my God. Let me see it. Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
That's cute. I hope it's gonna be cute like that, to be honest. I'm expecting some kind of ugly thing, but not because of the art, because of the nature of the monster. That's so cute. Yes. Yes, that's so cute.
It's like
Well done.
angry, but like cute. It kind of
Angry
reminds
but
me of
cute.
It kind of reminds me of Nura when I bring her on stream.
She's angry but cute.
she's like, she's like, why are you holding me?
Why am I here?
Can I say one thing about Nura? So this girl loves human affection, cuddling. She needs to be around somebody. She's alone for too long. She starts meowing really loudly.
Mhm.
And so you would naturally expect that she likes to be picked up too. No.
Um,
Every night, she will meow until somebody calls her into her room, and then she jumps on me or whoever it is and sleeps on me for like 20 minutes to 40 minutes. And then after that goes and sleeps on the chair next to someone. But she needs to be around people. So it's like you're this very affectionate cat that wants to play all the time and all that. But for some reason, pick her up? No. Because it's not her choice. That's the thing with cats. It's all about their choice. And so like I don't get her, but love her the same, and it reminds me of Nura. So I think this is really cute too.
yeah, very cute. Yeah, it's cool. Who wrote this? Who draw the
I
who
hodl or
drew it?
crypto.
I Adler, this is amazing. To be honest, I want to see more of this. I hope that this gives other people idea to like try their own, and then post it. If you want, and you want to tag us, we're gonna show them on Thursday. If you do more of
Yeah,
this, I
I
really
like that
like them.
idea. Yeah. So the challenge is for the other PFPs, make your own make your own PFP, and
How you think it's gonna be?
yeah. So you think this is Mosura? There's still what else is out there?
Kraken, we
Toads,
didn't see
Toads,
Toad,
Kraken. Yep. So check those
Golem.
out. Yeah. Make a version, and we'll make sure you tag us so we can see it, and we will show you guys on Thursday.
on the show on
Oh, there he
Thursday.
is.
Hey.
Hey, man. Good work.
Very
May-
cute.
Maybe we're starting to wind this down. We're reaching the top of the hour. Any
Yeah.
other things that you want to say, share? Am I missing something that we said we're going to talk about?
Yeah, there was one thing besides the fact that I onboarded my the banker when I went today. Went today to open a bank account. I completely onboarded the banker into crypto and NFTs. So yeah, continue to do that, Valerie. You understand that, obviously. But that was funny, but it actually happened. It might be watching the show right now. Hey, hi, if you're watching. Hi, Jared.
Hey,
Anyway,
Jared.
anyway, we had like it was interesting. There is another thing interesting that happened, which was connected with Lufthansa. If you want to do like a short, um, no, not like that.
That's how I read it, maybe. Do you remember?
Not like that. In a very, clean and like literally onboarded. Okay, like literally, like
Well,
how you
look,
do
you
it.
can't say that to V Dizzle because you know how Keegan says atareh is always onboarding, and you know what he means with that when he
I
says.
have a different way of onboarding. Okay, I'm not a tar. Okay, that's his way. Okay, give it to him. I do it in a different way.
Oh man,
But yeah, like this
I
was
can
funny. And
I can play a short part of this video.
yeah, let's just play the video just to give the news. I think it's very cool because it's a big company. We are in a barest of the bear,
Yeah.
and anyway, they have implemented a whole thing based on
Okay.
NFTs.
I'll just play the
Which
full
is
thing. Then
cool.
it's 2 minutes.
Let's watch it.
While streamers and gamers are running away from NFTs and companies are laying off employees, others are embracing them head-on, like Lufthansa Airlines. The airline, through their innovation hub, recently opened up their NFT loyalty program after a successful soft launch in spring. They had over 20,000 users and 200,000 digital trading cards. Here's how that program works and why so many Lufthansa customers signed up. When you fly Lufthansa, you can turn your flights into a collectible NFT just by scanning your boarding pass using their app Uptrip. Users aren't prompted to create a wallet or memorize a seed phrase in Uptrip. It works right as you download it. Once you scan your boarding pass, the NFT, or as they're calling them, digital trading cards, sit inside the app. These digital trading cards unlock perks like lounge access, frequent flyer status, or even upgrades to business class. As you collect different trading cards by taking more flights, you unlock unique and specific perks related to the trip that you took, which is very different from a traditional airline loyalty program. Instead of accumulating air miles that let you redeem only after you accumulate a certain amount of points, Lufthansa's program rewards you from day one, with each digital trading card offering a different perk. By tokenizing each trip into an NFT, Lufthansa rewards holders differently based on the traits or metadata of the NFT. Degens are familiar with NFT traits like cheetah fur, pink hair, or laser eyes, but NFTs for the locations you've traveled to hasn't been done before. And because these NFTs are minted on Polygon, Web3 customers can buy, sell, and trade these NFTs right now on OpenSea, and pretty soon the Uptrip app will have their own marketplace where customers can sign up for a MetaMask or a Rainbow wallet to start to trade their NFTs as well, which is the perfect time to introduce your customers to a Web3 wallet. Because when you can sell your digital trading card for actual money, you're going to figure out all that crypto wallet stuff.
I think crypto is a great idea.
So, two companies, two very different philosophies about NFTs. What do you think? Should companies be embracing this or running away from them? Let me know down below. Now, before we jump into the discussion of this, I just want to point out that this post was related to that video when I spent 8+ hours on a video and it doesn't hit the algorithm.
It was a great video though, and a great
Thank you.
topic.
Well, streamers and gamers are
It's
running
an
necessarily.
important topic because come on, it's like we only want to talk about super negative stuff the whole time. Seems like
Yeah.
when it's like the creator league. Oh my god, this guy ran away from it just because he was using NFTs. Yo, look, Lufthansa is doing a whole NFT program for each one of their like freaking customers that they're like millions of people every year.
And it's
like
and it's really easy to get started because you just
Crazy.
scan I use the app.
Mm-hmm.
You just scan your boarding pass and boom, there it is. And then you can choose to like put it on Polygon after the fact if you have a wallet and all that, and then like officially mint it. But the Twitter hive mind didn't want to put that into the algo and pump my video. So guys, I mean, a lot of effort in that. So if you like it, scroll down September 9th and hit a
Let's
like
see
and hit a retweet on that. I would appreciate that because a lot of work went into that.
a lot
But
of
yeah,
work. But yeah, that's a bullish news. We like to share also this news. We don't have to share only negative stuff, even if it seems like it's the one that hits the most.
as salacious as the negative stuff gets, you got to have positivity in your life. And the damn show, the damn is there for that. And
And
damn,
yeah,
that's our
damn,
show,
we
guys.
did it. We
That's
did
our show.
it.
We will see you on Thursday. So it's, you know, somebody else's birthday is coming up fairly soon, just under a week. Okay. She's next to me on the screen if you don't know who I'm talking about. So look out for that. Yeah, it's 2 weeks of birthdays for the damn show every September. Technically 3 if we want to include Wagmi-san in that. So it's like
Yeah, it's on the 17th.
birthday week. It's like bum 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 bum. So that's our show, guys. Thank you so much, Syrup, V Dizzle, Huddle, Smoking Guns, everybody else for joining. And the recording of this is going to be on YouTube fairly soon, so worry not. And we'll see you guys next time on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern
See
Time.
you on Thursday. Bye bye.
Au revoir.